Good evening. This is Larry Matthews, and this is COM 110 and my persuasive speech. And here's my wonderful captive
It's
audience.
very interesting.
Very well. In a world that is full of children living without one or both parents, adoption has become increasingly more popular and important in our society. Those orphan children are in need of a family that will love and care for them. The Center of American Progress states adoption is an institution of critical importance for children, adoptive parents, birth parents, and society. It provides parents for children whose biological parents have voluntarily relinquished their parental rights or had them terminated. Uh, it is a way for people to bring children into their lives. Adoption is a lifelong journey that will change you forever. My family is an adoptive family, having adopted a little girl from China. We understand not only the difference a family can make in the life of a child, but the difference a child can make in the life of a family. We live in a country where we are extremely blessed, and we should reach out to those children that have become orphaned in an effort to make this world a better place to live. According to SOS Children's Village, there are estimated 132 million children who have lost one or both parents, according to a UNICEF study. Every 2.3 seconds, or about 5,760 children per day, become orphans. These numbers don't take into account the millions of children exposed to um, neglect and abuse and domestic violence every day. These statistics could reach as high as 400 million by year 2015. The need for adoptive families is high. Even with the current debate of abortion in the U.S., statistics show that adoption has become a pregnancy option for women with an unplanned pregnancy. But that option is limited by the number of adoptive families available. The Christian Alliance for Orphans states that adopted children consistently thrive in loving homes. Adopted children and their futures vary as much as biological children do. A study performed in 1944 by the Search Institute comparing adopted teens to other teens found that adopted teens scored higher on indicators of well-being, such as school performance. Adopted teens scored lower on indicators of high risk, such as depression. Compared to their non-adopted siblings, adopted teens showed no significant difference in their perception of similarities between themselves and adoptive parents in terms of interest. And also, children adopted transracially showed no difference in terms of identity formation and self-esteem, attachment to parents, or psychological health. The process of adopting is a journey. It is a long process, but well worth the time and effort. For us, the process became delayed and took 3 years to complete. We chose to adopt internationally, which provides a slightly different process, but overall the same. Whether you choose to adopt internationally or domestically, you will find many documents and forms to be completed, and you will endure many questions and evaluations to determine your qualifications as an adoptive family. There's also a substantial cost associated with adoption, ranging from $8,000 for domestic adoption to as high as $35,000, depending on the type, the location, and the circumstances. The adoption process begins with your decision to help a child, and the journey continues for a lifetime. As an adoptive family, the impact you will have on the world is eternal. The Christian Alliance for Orphans website references the National Council for Adoption's book entitled Consider the Possibilities, Adoption Liaison Workbook and Adoption Factbook, with findings that include few differences between children who have been adopted and their non-adopted peers. Long-term outcomes are positive for adopted children. They found numerous studies that indicate that adoptive parents report high levels of satisfaction with their adoption. And also, people who were adopted fare significantly better than those children who remain in negligent, abusive birth families or in foster care institutions. I would encourage all families to consider adoption. Maybe you would be adopting your first child, or maybe it's your fifth. Either way, consider how blessed you are and how you might be a blessing to others. As an adoptive parent, you have the potential of changing a child's life forever, and the impact on the world is yet to be seen. Thank you very much.